2011 Nissan Murano, and I want to remove this plastic manifold to change 3 coils and spark plugs here. And it will be like a step-by-step manual, so I'm gonna show you every bolt, every clamp, every nut, everything. And now remove this air duct, 2 bolts here and here. Better to use very short 10mm socket here, because bolt is under this plastic cover. Two bolts, the same size. To remove plastic cover, unscrew 4 bolts, 10mm, and then remove it. I removed this manifold because I got cylinder 1 Misfire code. And as you see, 2 coils are practically new, because I got the same code on cylinder 6 about 2 months ago, and cylinder 4 Misfire code about 4 months ago. So I think that all coils are getting old practically at the same time. So I decided to change all 3 coils and spark plugs together. But first of all I should disconnect battery, negative terminal, and now remove air filter cover. 2 clamps here and 1 bolt here. Remove this flexible pipe. 1 bolt here, unscrew it a little bit, and a metal clamp and this hose, we have to disconnect it. To remove throttle body, we have to unscrew 4 bolts, 1, 2, 3 and 4 here. And we probably need extension bar. And now we can move this throttle body a little bit. Throttle body has 4 bolts, the same size, but it's very difficult to unscrew them because they have lock washer. And first I found 3/16 bit to unscrew them, but 3/16 is a little bit smaller than 5mm, and this bit is stuck inside of the bolt, and I practically damaged these edges in a hole. So don't use 3/16, guys, use 5mm. Now disconnect these cables, 1, 2 and 3. Disconnect 2 hoses, this one and this one. This hose, carefully pull it out of the clamp. Unscrew this nut, 10mm socket. And disconnect this cable. Unlock this plastic clamp like this. And remove this hose. Now disconnect this hose. This hose is very old and it's impossible to remove it using pliers or manually. And what I did, I used a regular needle, put it here in between hose and metal pipe, and then I sprayed lubricant along this needle like this. And that's it. And in 15 seconds this hose is like brand new. I can remove it easily. Pull out this plastic clamp using pliers. And now the most interesting clamps and hoses. There are two hoses here, this one and that one, and it's not easy to reach them. So first of all we have to unscrew that bolt. You see silver pipe, metal bracket and a small bolt, but there is another bolt behind it. This one, 14mm bolt, and we have to unscrew it. Unscrew 4 bolts, 1, 2, 3, 4, and 2 nuts, 10mm socket, same size bolts. And now I can remove manifold, but very carefully, because I have to disconnect two hoses on the back side. Oh, very easy. No guys, it's not a very good idea, because we can rotate it a little bit, but there is a bolt here, and problem here that upper hose is long enough, but lower hose is very short. It's impossible to move manifold far. So probably it's better to disconnect these two clamps right now. Disconnect this clamp using pliers. Now I want to disconnect this clamp. Okay guys, I disconnected this clamp using small pliers from this side like this. Shake it and disconnect it. Not enough room here. Upper hose, just pull it backward to disconnect. It's easy. Oh, there we go. And now we finally can remove manifold. Very carefully. Everything is old. Every hose is practically damaged. Like this. So what is inside? Guys, one question. Cylinders 2, 4 and 6 have practically no oil on the surface here. But first, third and fifth, lots of oil. Don't you know what the problem is? What I should fix soon. And now I should close intake using some cardboard to avoid big problems. Disconnect 3 cables. No, just because I plan to change all these coils. Unscrew these bolts and remove coils carefully. 10mm sockets. Rotate it a little bit and pull out. So this coil is back. What's the problem here? I don't know, looks good. So this coil is number 1. It's bad coil. But coils from cylinders 3 and 5 will be like spare coils. To remove spark plug, we can use just regular long 14mm socket and the extension bar. To pull out spark plug, we can use just the same coil. Like this, hop. Easy peasy. Here in the United States people usually use NGK brand spark plugs or Demco, but in Russia we know that Bosch is the best of the best, so I decided to buy Bosch spark plugs. It's I found it's made in Germany, so I hope it's good. Put in new spark plug. Carefully. This spark plug requires 17 foot-pounds of torque, but anyway, unfortunately I don't have any torque wrench. Good enough. I bought this ignition coil, Duralast C1670, the same as I put on cylinders 4 and 6. So better not to touch it here because it's high voltage end. So I put it into the engine. And this ignition coil has some lubricant on the end, so we don't need to add some lubricant manually. Then repeat the same on the next coil. Okay guys, first start. Давай, Кать. Нормально? All good. No vibration anymore. So guys, practically 50% of this work is done, and I think you don't need anything else here. Just put all parts back in the opposite order. Easy peasy. And if you have some idea, if you have some advice, leave comment please, because it will help next people to do this work better. Thanks for watching guys.